One of the most impressive characteristics of the Special Forces community is their ability to operate by, with, and through allied and partnered nation forces. And doing this often requires working and fighting in another language. For this reason, all Special Forces soldiers are assigned a language, which is either already acquired prior to entering Special Forces or is acquired through the Special Forces Language School at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Let's take a look at how hard this language school is by discussing the Defense Language Aptitude Battery, schoolhouse and hours, sleep and food deprivation, graduation requirements, maintenance training, enhancement training, and language pay. Special Forces, also known as the Green Berets, are regionally aligned and assigned controlled languages, or CLANG, dominant in that region. This is also why Special Forces soldiers are among the very few military occupational specialties coded as linguists and authorized language pay. But more and more members of the SOF community are following in the example of Special Forces and are requiring language training. Let's see how this system and process works, starting with the DLAB. The Defense Language Aptitude Battery, or DLAB, is a test that all linguists take to measure their potential ability to learn a language. Those who do not meet a minimum on the DLAB are not allowed to join Special Forces. Those who pass the DLAB are assigned Category 1 and 2 languages like French, Spanish, or Indonesian. And those who do really well on the DLAB are assigned Category 3 and 4 languages like Chinese, Russian, Korean, or Arabic. Most Special Forces candidates are assigned a control language and Special Forces group even before they begin the qualification course. And as long as they make it through the field training, they will eventually show up to the language school. Language training is done at the LREC, which stands for Language, Regional Expertise, and Culture. This is a subdirectorate of the U.S. Army JFK Special Warfare Center and School, also known informally as SWIC. The LREC is at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. The majority of students are Army Special Forces, but members of the Civil Affairs and PSYOP community are also required to attend language training at the LREC. Members of the Marine Special Operations Command, Navy Spec Warfare, and Air Force Special Tactics may also attend the LREC. Language courses are 19 weeks for Category 1 and 2 languages, or 24 weeks for Cat 3 and 4 languages. Special Forces language training is as submersive as possible, without being submersive. What I mean by this is that linguists are in class 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, with hours of homework for each night and weekend. Now imagine a university with 1.5 hours of class on Tuesday and Thursday. This totals 3 hours of language training a week. 3 hours a week for 20 weeks in a semester makes 60 hours a semester. This means that Special Operations soldiers study their assigned language the equivalent of 1 university semester every week and a half. Now repeat that for 24 weeks. It is the equivalent of 16 semesters or 8 years of university-level language classes. LREC courses emphasize physical and social systems, economics, politics, and security, infrastructure and technology information, mission-related tasks, enhanced rapport-building techniques, culture and regional analysis, cultural mitigation strategies, interpreting, and how to properly control interpreters. There is no food deprivation during language school. Students are responsible for their own meals during this phase of training. There is no sleep deprivation during language school. Although students may have homework and vocabulary to learn, it certainly doesn't interfere with sleep. Language school is Monday through Friday. Weekends are off. And so, with the exception of morning PT to stay in world-class shape, this is by far the easiest phase of Special Operations training. In order to graduate from language school, linguists are required to score a 1+ or higher on an Oral Proficiency Interview, or OPI. Scores for the OPI are established by an interagency language roundtable who have assigned grades of 0 through 5. The higher the score, the better. A 2 on the OPI is considered to be high school level proficiency. So a 1+ is basic high school verbal communication skills with tolerance for a few errors in grammar or pronunciation. All things being said, this is a very high standard for speaking, one which conventional Army military intelligence soldiers are required to achieve, but after 9 or 12 months of training at the Defense Language Institute, DLI, at Monterey, California. The LREC has a 96% first-time pass rate for the 1+ OPI, and a 100% pass rate for a second attempt. In the interest of full disclosure, I never went to language school. I learned Spanish during my time in Honduras and even paid out of pocket to attend an all-inclusive submersive Spanish course in Antigua, Guatemala before I reported in for Special Forces training. And because I already had a 2-2 in Spanish on the Defense Language Proficiency Test, or DLPT, I was able to skip language school altogether and graduate the Q course 6 months earlier than all of my friends. Special Operations soldiers are considered linguists in Army Regulation 11-6 and are allowed to get paid up to $500 per language and a total of $1,000 a month in total for language pay. This adds up over the years and is one of many financial incentives designed to keep soldiers in such a demanding career field. Once in the force, soft soldiers are encouraged to do weekly language maintenance training to maintain their proficiency. And this is one of the reasons why each Special Forces group has their own language training facility, complete with instructors and a language lab. If time permits, Special Operations linguists are authorized to attend a 160-hour Significant Language Training Event, or SLATE, each year to enhance their language skills. Think of this as a 4 or a 5-week language course, 8 hours a day. Due to a high operational tempo, or op tempo, I was only able to go to 1 SLATE in my entire career. But it was absolutely worth it, and my DLPT score went from a 2-2 in French to a 2+3. Okay, there you have it. An executive summary of how hard the Special Operations Language School is. Almost nothing in the world builds rapport with foreigners faster or better than communicating with them in their native language. I've seen it in action on 5 continents. Speaking the local language is for sure one of the many secrets to the success of the Special Operations community. Please like and subscribe if you want to join my Special Operations team. And don't forget to forward this video to a friend who needs to see this. Life is a special operation. Are you ready for it?